Yesterday, we learned that according to a new book, the Biden White House, ironically this book written by two people who played an active role in covering up the truth about Joe Biden's health, we found out that if Joe Biden didn't drop out of the race and somehow was reelected in November, the president was going to start using a wheelchair. And we bring this up again tonight to remind everyone what could have been and how sick and twisted this whole thing really was. Donald Trump arrived in Qatar today, and his limo was escorted by camels. In Saudi Arabia yesterday, it was Arabian stallions. Today, it was camels. Can you imagine Joe Biden in a wheelchair making this same trip with the camels and the Arabian stallions? And look at that. It's only Wednesday, and so far this week, the president has gotten inflation to 2.3%, the lowest it's been since the last time he was president. Eden Alexander is now free. Tariff deals are happening all over the world. The middle class is about to get a once-in-a-generation tax cut. Donald Trump also became the first American president to meet with the president of Syria in 25 years because clearly the approved establishment strategy of not talking with people we disagree with was not working. Joe Biden didn't meet or speak with Vladimir Putin a single time after Russia invaded Ukraine. Think about that. And the result of that absolute brilliance is a war now in calendar year 4, 1 million people dead, and Russia is winning that war. It also seems clear today that Democrats and their friends in the legacy media have a problem with migrants, but only if they are white. If they're actually fleeing persecution and oppression, they really only care if those migrants are white. Take a look at this headline. NBC News. White South Africans arrive in the U.S. as refugees protected under Trump's carve-out. Can you imagine the reaction and what it would be if that was flipped the other way around? Black South Africans arrive in the U.S. And I want to show you who I'm talking about here. And if you're not sitting, take a seat. We're talking about really vicious people, the worst kind of people, unimaginable, dangerous, violent people. You can tell by looking at them. Take a look.
Welcome to the United States of America. A lot of you, I think, are farmers, right? When you have quality seeds, you can put them in foreign soil and they will blossom, they will bloom. And we are excited to welcome you here to our country where we think you will bloom, and we will hopefully allow you to have fulfilling lives for your children, and then we will benefit alongside you.
Whew, better lock your doors. 59 dangerous people right there. I'm kidding, of course. We're talking about families, mothers, fathers, small children, babies, waving American flags. And the legacy media can't stand what you're looking at. Legal migrants. These are not illegal aliens. These are legal, actual migrants. And they hate them because they're white South Africans. Yes, shockingly enough, it turns out there are white people in South Africa, all over the world, really, black people too. I don't know how the media missed it. Yeah, it's amazing. And now I want to show you who Joe Biden was letting into our country illegally over the last 4 years. Take a look. The media had no problem with that. Joe Biden's America and Donald Trump's America. 59 real refugees, real, actual refugees. Not like the 10 million plus criminals Joe Biden let in to vote for Democrats down the road. 59 refugees who were flown to the United States so they wouldn't be slaughtered for being white and owning farmland in South Africa. And Democrats absolutely hate them because Democrats are the party of men playing in women's sports. They're the party of war, of open borders, and now they are the party that hates white people. So 59 white South African farmers arrive in the U.S. this week because in South Africa, it is legal now to take over a white farmer's land, all in the name of equity. It's in their constitution. They can do this legally. Take a listen to the president on this one single plane of actual refugees being welcomed into the United States.
Dozens of Afrikaners who claim discrimination in their home country are heading to the United States, where your administration is going to welcome them as refugees. Why are you creating an expedited path into the country for Afrikaners but not others?
Because they're being killed, and we don't want to see people be killed. It's a genocide that's taking place that you people don't want to write about, but it's a terrible thing that's taking place, and farmers are being killed. They happen to be white, but whether they're white or black makes no difference to me.
So white farmers are being killed, their land is being taken, and all the media is focused on is their race. In most cases, what's ironic, it's white people writing without issue about the genocide of other white people. The legacy media only focused on race. White, 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 white. Can you believe Donald Trump would let white people into the country? White people are evil. Again, in many cases, these headlines are being written by white people about other white people. This is total, complete madness. Take a look at this. A white cross has been placed on the ground for every white South African farmer who's been killed so far. Take a look at this right here. Do you still think the race of these farmers matters? Is there any question that these are actual refugees? Apparently not, if you work at CNN.
The people who are native to that land deserve their rightful land back. That is not what the Afrikaners actually want to have happen, which are the white Africans, and so who are not originally from Africa, who colonized South Africa also. And so that is what they are saying is discrimination. Now, if the Constitution in South Africa is discriminatory, they have their checks and balances in that land, just like we do. And that is for them to, so if the Afrikaners don't actually like the land, they can leave that country.
They are. They're leaving to come here.
No. They can
These refugees are coming here.
They can actually leave and go to where their native land is, which is probably Germany.
Are you against them coming here?
Holland, probably. Holland.
They can go to Holland. They can go to the... She said they have checks and balances in that land. That's what whoever that is just said. What she didn't mention is that checks and balances right now in South Africa is murdering white people, white farmers, who've been in South Africa for centuries, if they happen to own a farm. Can you believe this? Again, this is total madness, and I have never witnessed a more clear example of racism. Somehow, being anti-white is okay if you're on CNN and the New York Times and the Washington Post. We showed you the headlines. None of that should matter, though. Black, white, whatever, but the media cannot stand this. Once again, I want to show you the 59 people that were just welcomed into the United States with open arms. They arrived here legally, not illegally. Do these people look like a threat? Do they look like they're just happy to be alive? We think they do. And now again, I want to show you who Joe Biden let into the country illegally over the last 4 years. Do these people look like a threat to you? Some people might be uncomfortable answering a question like that. We're not. You don't have to answer that question because the answer is yes, they are a threat. And for proof of that, just ask the parents of Jocelyn Nungary or Laken Riley or Rachel Morin. But that's not what the media is telling you across America.
So the Trump administration, they're saying that essentially these white South Africans assimilate better and they're also not as much of a security risk. That's really causing a lot of people to be appalled, frankly. And I should tell people that this violence that they're talking about that are dealing with these Afrikaners, I've been hearing from people that say there is violence in South Africa, but it's affecting everybody of every single race, Katie.
Okay, those crosses were for white South African American farmers, not everybody. And this is why Democrats are losing. They're losing everywhere because they don't know the difference between right and wrong anymore. For years, secret migrant flights were happening all across this country, shipping illegal aliens to places like Maine and Michigan, in New York, in the middle of the night. And the media never said a word. They never had a problem with it. But when Donald Trump flies 59 white people to the U.S. to escape real actual genocide, Democrats and the legacy media can't stand it, which is why millions and millions of Americans can't stand them right back.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.